Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope my audio and visual is okay. Let's see who we got in the house. We got Mary Ann Bimler and Carrie Leonard. Let's trade paint. Paul Honeyman, how you doing? How is it over at the other side of the pond? Gilm Farms, good evening, my buddy. Let's see. Altruistic Homestead. Farmstead, sorry. Now they started at 4:00 on Wednesday night. And that's gonna make a long Wednesday night, but it's gonna make a nicely packed house, that's for sure. At home with Tom and Rhonda, good evening. And Thunderstick Homestead. Old Man King Homestead. It's gonna be just me for this is an open mic, so the chat is at the or the link is at the top of the chat. Good evening, Karen Bress. White Rock Homestead. Now, White Rock Homestead, Tara and Jason are going to be next week. We talked about this week on my last live for them to be here, but that wasn't possible. They had a camping trip they were going on with some friends, and they said they're going to be on next week. So that's awesome. Our Cabin in the Woods. Lila Newton, good evening. This is Paco. I'm sure anybody who watches my channel on a regular basis sees him at the end of the chat or at the end of the video every time. There's Kevin. How you doing, Kevin, at Hiking with Jackie Boy? Wow, I didn't have to suffer it too long. I already got somebody in the basement here. Good evening, Jason. How you doing?
Well, glad I didn't have to make you suffer too long.
Oh, this is, because we weren't going to be on together this week, I tried to do an open mic with Tree Haven, actually, and he said he couldn't do it. I says, you know what? I have to bite the bullet and just start it myself and not worry about having a co-host or a guest this week. Just do it. So you saved the day.
Well, I'm glad I could do my part.
So are you enjoying yourself? I hear Tara got a little bit too much sun, huh?
Yeah, we're having a great time. We came out with some friends. They're actually the couple that rented us an RV spot before we can move onto the property. And they said, "Hey, we're taking the boat out on Wednesday. You should come." And it turned into we'll camp for a couple days, and we're loving this spot. We haven't really recreation since we've been in Arkansas.
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
Right.
You hear that? Must be Johnny. Johnny's fault. So, yeah, I put Paco on the thumbnail for this evening because I was going to go on by myself, and I didn't want my mug on my thumbnail, so I said, I might as well put the dog on there. Oh, no. I lost both Johnny and Jason. Where'd you go, Johnny? Wasn't Johnny's fault. Tree Haven's in here. What's up, everybody, he says. We have an alien interference. Could be. I'll bring you up in a minute, Johnny. So it's not doing anymore? We can't hear you?
Hopefully you can hear me.
I can hear you a little bit. It's okay. Just let's ignore it for a while. Hey, there's Full Bone Country, my buddy.
I know there was a truck pulling out, so our campsite is right next to the boat launch for the river here. and been a couple night fishermen. So
Yeah. What's the temperatures there?
we're probably mid-low 70s right now. It was in the low 60s this morning, which was great. Came out, um, kind of, a little wet dew. Haven't
Yeah.
seen that in a while. And then it was, I think, almost about 80 degrees today. So we spent the whole day out on the lake.
Nice. Well, it doesn't sound bad. Yeah, you know what? A couple of people have been saying they had temperatures like 78 and 75, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. It's a cool wave coming through." We've been having temperatures around 72 to like just under 80, actually, for most of the summer. Some, yeah, 80s, 82, 83. Not much. I think we hit 90 one time.
Oh yeah, we've seen a lot hotter temperatures, so I can sit out at this time of night and not be sweating, so I'm happy about it.
107 degrees tomorrow? No, thank you. Hiking with Jackie Boy.
Oh, geez, yeah, no, we don't. We're hoping those days are past us.
Well, have you ever met? You did meet Gillum Family Farm, didn't? Or Gillum Farm, right?
Yes, we've met
Boom.
Johnny and Christine, and we're looking forward to seeing them again soon.
Right
hey,
there.
Johnny.
Hey. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys. I met them at Mid America, and we hit it off pretty good right there. I mean, we had a lot of things going on in common, and so it all worked out.
Yeah, you both are good guys. I've talked to both of you for at least a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. My Wild Home is in here. Thank you for stopping
Melody
in.
and Ryan.
Yeah, I love those guys.
So
They have
guys,
an
I'll ask
excellent
you to
time.
bear with me if anybody's commenting. I'm on the phone, so I don't see the comments. And, well, I had my technical difficulty trying to read comments and switch back last time, so we're just not going to do that. So any important comments that I need to know about, just let me be aware.
Yeah.
Hi,
That's
Landon.
okay, because next week it's all you and Tara.
Yeah.
Hi, Lila.
She wanted to come on, and we got back off the day on the boat, and amazing. I mean, never a bad day on the lake, right? But got a little too much sun. She's like, well, I got to go lay down. So I sent her inside there, and
Okay. I see that Paco's had enough. So everybody say goodnight to Paco. He's done.
Good night, Paco.
Good night, Paco.
He's done his job. It's time for him to go to bed.
Good night, Paco.
Good co-host. Thank you.
Hi, Mike.
Pure Oki's in the house. How you doing, man?
Hi, Pure Okie.
And
Hi,
Linda
Pete.
Peterson. And Heartland. Oh, it jumped on me and I forgot one of the words. Heartland
HQ with Dink and Tank. Tanner
Yep.
and David.
Think and Tank. There's
Yep.
no judgment here with Tish Ross.
Hi, Tish.
Love that woman. Not as much as Pooch does, but I love her.
Tree Haven says he's just happy to be a part of White Rock Nation.
He did.
Because Jess at Tree Haven created White Rock Nation.
Yeah. Paco.
Smash the like button, folks.
Yeah, smash that like button. I didn't even get a chance to talk. I was going to. Okay, I'm going to plug my channel a little bit here. I have been putting out videos regularly, unlike I had been like a few months ago or before. Actually, before Bar Run Forge meetup, I was kind of slow on the videos, but now I'm putting them out at least once every 2 weeks, week and a half. So the last one I went on a safari, excursion with my mom and dad and my sister, and it was a perfect day. It was like 72 degrees. It was overcast. To video was excellent because you don't have those harsh contrasting lights and darks with the heavy sun. So I was very happy with the way that turned out. It was a lot of fun. And we had dinner too. They get or lunch. They gave us a lunch. They gave us Yetis. And that was through our tax company had this event for their customers. So that was a pretty awesome day.
It looked like an awesome day, Brian.
It really was.
I really enjoyed that video.
Thank you.
The white buffalo were really neat.
It was all neat. And to see the eyes on those large animals just amaze me. I mean, I love they're so beautiful. Except for the bison.
Except for the bison.
Bison's eyes are not so beautiful. They're like really bloodshot looking.
So they're just so dark. It's like looking into black holes.
And then you see the whites of their eyes out of the corner. That's not as beautiful. Everything's beautiful in its own way, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of those animals were molting. It must be the season, huh? You would know that.
Yeah. They should start putting on their fall hair,
Some of them were buzzed. Like the llamas were buzzed.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can still see the buzz marks on them, so it was recent.
Like the deer right now, they'll go from a reddish color to more of a brown gray, and they're starting to put on their fall colors a little bit.
Need to get better internet. I hope.
Oh man, Johnny. So we're staying at this state park, and it's not far from our house, but it's a state park. So you know how the deer are around here. They run around. There's a herd of probably about 16.
Yeah.
And yeah, they beautiful looking deer, and they know it, and they'll stand there. You get out of your vehicle, walk around, talk to them. They don't care. I'm like, yeah, do you want to move closer to the house? Like,
yeah, they are tame in those places.
Our cabin in the woods. If you get better internet, does that mean maybe you're going to come in on my live sometime?
Yeah, that'll open up a whole new world for Tony.
oh yeah.
You go from a 15-hour download for a 20-minute video to, being able to do lives.
Hey there, Gene. And Back to Good is in here.
I'm back to good.
That's getting screechy now. I wonder what that interference is. Is another truck going by?
No, the only thing I hear in the background right now is the cicadas.
Is the what?
The cicadas.
Oh. How could they be interfering?
I bet that's when he talks, you get that robot sound. I bet the cicadas are causing that noise right there. There you go.
Yeah.
A lot quieter now. You muted yourself. Oh.
I figured that test would probably work because that's not the only thing making noise right now.
Yeah.
What did they say? Was that just your radio? Why did it jump on me again? Or signal frequency, infrequency, interference. Yeah. Dyslexia working on me. Hello there, Christine. Gillum Farms, Mrs. Gillum Farms.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with you guys last week. I got a lot of people messaging me in Messenger saying that was a good live.
Well, thank you. We had a great time doing it.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was fun. And then we
was,
talked even afterwards.
yeah, we talked for what 3 hours afterwards. It was great. It was great.
I do want to talk to you about drones seriously, because you mentioned I needed a drone and I needed to go to a auction. Well,
Yeah.
my dad seemed to agree with both of those things. I don't know if we're going to do the drone right away, but I would like to get an idea of what kind of drone to get. And
DJI.
TJI?
DJI.
DJI.
Yep.
I'm sure there's several different levels of that.
Get
Hey there, Evelyn Newman.
Get a
You're not late.
Right now you can go to Costco and get a DJI for a Mini 3 or a Mini 3 Pro for around $400.
No, I
and
can't.
a little over 400, and it is a really good drone.
The nearest Costco to me is probably 400 or 500 miles away.
Well, that's the way it was for us too until just recently, and they put one in over here about probably still 60 miles from us, but there's a Costco over here now.
I would imagine eventually we will get one in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I mean, back 30 years ago, we didn't have, everybody down south had a Walmart, and all you heard Walmart, Walmart, Walmart. And we were like, well, we don't even have a Walmart anywhere near us.
Yeah.
Never even been in a Walmart. We had something like Twin Fair and Ames.
Yeah, so the town closest to me for Walmart, we were in there the one day, and the employees always wear a badge, and sometimes they have like how many years they've been there. Well, this one lady checking us out, it said 35 years.
Paul, if Brian says hang back for a chat, make sure to get a large pot of coffee ready.
Yeah.
Hey, it was fun. It was fun.
I think it was 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, it was warm here. Yeah.
So you went to another auction after that. Were you hoping to get some results out of it like the last video?
Do what?
Were you hoping to get some results out of it like the last video?
Oh, I just put videos out just to put videos out, and I've been to 2 since that one. But what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to figure out what's the best market to take our bull calves to, and I think I found it because I went to Tulsa, and oh my gosh, Tulsa was $345 for 3 weights, $335 for 4 weights. And whenever I say 4 weights, it's 300 and some odd pound calves, 400 and some odd pound calves, 500. That's what they call 3, 4, 5 weight animals. And so anyway, it's they're up. I mean, I hardly saw anything go under $3 a pound.
I love to see that. Howdy.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely the market to go to then, Johnny.
Yeah. It's it's great. I mean, to have a 400-pound calf, it'll bring you $1,500. It's just crazy. Everything was $1,500, $1,600 animals and stuff.
I hope you're doing well, Troy. Are you going to be on tomorrow night?
Bar Run Ford.
Yeah. He's the one that does the
Yep.
blacksmithing.
Yep. I am sub to them.
Yeah.
Did I check out McKinney Auction? Lynn Yoki asked if I checked out McKinney Auction. I have checked out a lot. I just like to go to auctions because, for one thing, I grew up with them and I can understand them. I know what they're doing and I know what they're, how they work and stuff like that. So if a lot of people, if they haven't been to one, they get overwhelmed with them, but
that would be intimidating.
I know what they're saying. The one thing that was bad about the one at Tulsa, I went to Tulsa and I went up in the the auctioneer is always looking at the crowd, always checking out the crowd. So I went up into the stands at Tulsa. I set up my GoPro, in front of me and everything. And all of a sudden he's looking right at me. And then he gets a guy and he brings the guy over and they're talking to each other. And then they're both looking right at me. And then there's another guy comes up and they're all three looking at me. And I'm just sitting there and I just do like that and wave at them. I mean, I'm plumb at the back. And next thing I know, one of them's comes out there where I'm at and just sits a little ways from me and just kind of watches me. So I get up and I go outside and he follows me. So I don't know what they were. I guess they thought maybe I was PETA or something,
Glenn the Okie is in here. Good evening. Yeah, I've only been to an auction once, and I was like, what? Probably if I was even 11 years old, and it was my cousins and my uncle went, and we basically sat there and played Pac-Man for what felt like all day long while we were waiting for them to do whatever they were doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people commenting in the chat right now saying, don't scratch your head, or don't, some saying Dink uses his eyebrow. And that's true. I mean, if they think you bid,
I'm in trouble. I'm like this and like this.
You just bid. Yeah, you do that.
I don't know what I did, but I came out with 20 cows.
Yeah. Don't touch your head in an auction.
Now, how did I get 20 cows?
Yeah. They will they really paying attention and I was watching the guy the other day and he was sitting there, he had his hand on the armrest and he had his finger on the armrest, and every once in a while he would do that. And every time he would do that, that guy would go, and he'd do that. He'd do that. I mean, that's all he did. And,
I'm gonna have to, when I go, I'm gonna have to put myself in a straitjacket.
You are, because they'll look at you and they'll,
I saw your nostrils flare.
Yeah, I saw your nostrils flare.
12 cows for you.
Well, especially if you're a regular at that auction, yeah, they'll look and they'll know what your little nuances are. And so, yeah, I went to a couple with Tara's uncle and his buddy in Tennessee, because I hadn't been to the auction in a while, and they wanted to go buy some cattle. And her uncle's buddy's great for buying the worst looking cattle there. Like, every one that he bid on and the ones he won on, we looked at him and went, why did you just buy those? And he makes money off them. He'll bring them back and make, but, and there's some guys like him, he's just running a small operation, so it works. But yeah, you had to be careful, because I was like, wait a minute, I'm not ready to bring a cattle home. Like, I don't even want to sneeze right now.
I watched a channel where the guy would go to the auction and buy the old cattle. And the old cattle, they'll bring them in there and they want to pregnancy check them, because they don't want to pay that, the fee for preg check. So it'll just be old cow, that's it. So they buy the old cow because it's the cheapest animal there, and they hope that it might possibly be bred. And then they take it home, they get a calf out of it, they sell the old cow again, and then they've got a good calf. And I know I was watching a channel that was doing that. They bought like 30 or 40 at the auction like that. They were all cheap and old, and they got several good calves out of them.
Okay, so to some people this is probably obvious, but I'm not one of them. Why does he have to talk so fast? Explain why they have to talk so fast. Is that so you can't think? Is that so you can't make any decisions? You just twitch?
I really Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit to it. They can make some money off people who are oblivious to how an auction works, and they go in, and so there is a salesman technique to why A lot of it is when you go there, they're selling thousands of animals, and you're already going to be there. If you get there from the beginning to the end, you can spend 3, 4, 5 hours at an auction, even a small auction, because the amount of animals, they try to sell them one at a piece, or, one at a time. And, of course, once you're there long enough, you'll realize, okay, well, that one's not going to sell for much, so there's no bundle. But time saving, but I think there's a little bit more to the auctioneer of sneaky salesman technique.
It is. It's a and it's also to, it's basically their art. You know what I'm saying? The auctioneer art. And it would be really boring if they just got up there and went, okay, I got this calf here. Who'll give me $2.45? So they go, I took what and they just keep rattling and they go to and it's basically just an old art. And they do catch people sometimes because a lot of people think, and I explain this a little bit in my videos. Some people think that they'll say 245 and they think it's $245 for that animal. Well, it's not. It's $2.45 a pound. So they get confused. And yes, it's also a way to hold the attention of the audience. I mean, like I said, it'd be awful boring if you just went and they just said, well, who'll give me this for this, and then go to the next one. So I like them. I mean, my mom and dad took me to the auction. Yeah, they go again. I'm not an auctioneer, Tony. And so my mom and dad took me whenever I was a kid, and I just grew up with them all the time.
Well, are they basically the same people that come to these auctions, and that's why they know the twitches of each person, or is it? Are they he's just that intuitive?
Well, a lot of the buyers that you get at the auction are going to be the same buyers. They're going to be, if you'll notice in that Tahlequah auction video that I did, and I'm not saying anybody has to go watch it or anything like that. I'm just saying there were two names that they kept saying, this one bought this and this one bought that. Well, it was Givens, and it was and Christine will be able to tell me right here on the chat. Givens and the other one, I can't remember the other one. And those two buyers bought almost everything that was sold. And they would go back and forth. One of them was after the old cows and the bulls. That was Givens. And then the other one was after the heifers and the younger cows. And they bought almost everything. There was a few people in there that were buying in between them, but most cattle are bought by very few people. There's buyers, and what they do is people will pay them to go to the auction and buy them animals. They'll say, I need 50 heifers that are 5 weights. So these guys go to the auction and they'll buy 50 heifers that are 5 weights, so they're buying everything that comes through until they get their quota. And once they get their quota, then they go on to, something else. But, and that's the way that's just the way they work. And you just hope you can get in between them on something and buy something, without breaking yourself doing it. But they know exactly what those animals should go for, and that's what they bid them to. So.
You want to try it again, Jason? You need to talk.
They didn't get any quieter, so
it didn't get any quieter.
I don't know if it'll be any better on the sound, but yeah, I totally agree with Johnny. I mean, obviously he's been doing it longer than I have and been to way more auctions, but yeah, you will find a lot of people that it is the same buyers, especially when you go to the smaller auctions. That's for a local area, and the buyers a lot of times too, they're buying just to turn around to sell the next week, and they'll just make a couple dollars. But if they can add 100, 200 pounds to that animal, then they can make a few dollars. But Yeah, if you're going like, hey, I just need one cow, you're gonna have a big competition and probably pay more than it's worth, but depends on the option.
A lot of times.
That's not going to happen, Pooch.
The vineyard farmhouse become the vineyard ranch. Nice. So
I'm okay. I'm okay with grapes. They don't poop. They don't any of that stuff.
so Jason, which camper you guys got to have out there right now?
I don't know which way to go. We're in the Nugget.
That's the one you just fixed up, right?
Yeah. This is the little one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's been working great. We took it to, we did our videos where we took it on our trip up to Michigan. Worked flawlessly, everything we needed it to do. And this is the whole point and purpose of having it, because we're still living in our big one.
Yeah.
So,
let me, real quick, Lynn, that is Jason of White Rock Homestead. So
hi, Wanda Henry. There you go.
There you go. So
maybe can I change it on this? Oh, hold on. Watch.
Wow, that's getting worse. Getting worse, Jason.
Is it okay? Hold on.
Thunderstick Homestead, you're exactly correct. The best bet whenever you're buying stuff at the auction is to buy heifers. If you're buying stock for your, like if you're wanting to increase your breeding stock, just buy young heifers, because if you buy cows, there's a chance it might not be a good one.
Christine, we have Jason's thumbprint now.
Yeah.
Now we can log into his stuff. If we ever get a hold of his phone.
Well, if any of you do better with my thumbprint than I do, let me know, and I'm proud of you.
You know what? I don't get that, because it never freaking works. It never works.
Yeah.
It'll work. You'll go and reset it, and it'll work for a few days, and then forget it. Maybe it's set to do that. Maybe you're supposed to reset it every once in a while.
Yeah. Shut it off, bring it back.
Is there anybody that would like to come up and talk with us? Tell us about your channel if you haven't been up here before or whatever. My Wild Home, you can come up again. My Wild Home has Mike and Terry of Empty Homestead on tomorrow night.
Yep.
On their live. You want to tell us a little bit about your lineup, Johnny?
About my what?
The lineup.
The lineup for the Homestead Hangout lineup for tomorrow night. It's now there's several channels on Thursday night. There's several, but there's a group of us called Homestead Hangout, but there's other channels around us. So, people can go to any of the channels that they like and everything, and everything's cool. But I just wanted to let you know what's considered Homestead, the actual Homestead Hangout channels. The actual Homestead Hangout channels are us, Gillum Farms, at 5:00 Central. So these are all going to be Central Standard Time. Gillum Farms at 5. It's White Rock Homestead at 6 with Jason and Tara. And then at 7, it is Muddin' for Nothing with Ginger and Tiffany. And they are hilarious. Check them out. Check everybody out. But I'm just saying they're fun. They're a couple of funny ladies. And then there's Dale and Nana at 9 Acre Family Farm at 8:00. And at 9:00 is Tony with Kettle Kitchen. So that is what's considered Homestead Hangout. And then there are other channels that come on, and I'm sure they'll pop up in the chat, and you'll see them. I think there's you just mentioned My Wild Home is on.
7.
Yeah, they're going to be on at 7. Interviewing MT.
And then we got Bar Run Forge at 6:30.
Yep. Okay.
And we've got Alaska Last Frontier he's 9 o'clock.
He comes on at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yes, he comes on at the same time that Dale and Nana come on.
But that's okay, because I know a lot of these people are multitaskers. They will run both channels.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, I thought, tonight was going to be, but Pretty and Pooch did just as well as they always do. So
yeah,
there didn't seem to be a problem.
Yeah. So it's just like I said, being on at the same time, it's fine. I mean, you just, but I think there's family night. You're considered family night tonight,
Mm-hmm.
And then homestead hangout tomorrow night. But we may go live again Saturday night. We had so much fun last Saturday night. We may do it again. That was a blast, wasn't it, Jason?
That was awesome.
Yeah. Everybody on there was on there. I mean, it looked like the Hollywood Squares or
yeah,
the
a lot more.
It was great.
Hey there, Lone Cowboy Adventures.
Hello. Hi,
or
Karen.
Everybody else calls you Lone Star.
Lone Cowboy Adventures. Yep, that's Jason.
I haven't seen you in a while. You could pop up on panel if you want.
Hey, Ken. Oh, yeah, we could have a good time getting Ken up here.
Yeah? Yeah,
He sent you a message, Jason.
He sent you a message?
Yes. Lone Cowboy Adventures said he sent Jason a message.
Yeah. Probably a messenger.
Okay, probably, and I'm on this phone, so it might be on the other phone, but that's in the camper, and I decided to come in the truck so I could have light, and maybe the sound's better now?
Not really.
No?
I can't hear any cicadas, though.
That's okay. You're going to be on next week, and you'll be at home, right? Where your internet is?
Yeah, we'll be going home tomorrow afternoon, because we have Thursday night lives, Homestead Hangout. So yeah, we'll be home for that, and then next week when we come on, Brian, we'll be at home where everything will be much gooder.
Much gooder? That's awesome. I look forward to that. I really enjoyed talking with you the other day.
Oh yeah, and so did I. It was awesome. And then we've got some exciting stuff for tomorrow. Without spilling too much, we got to be careful what we talk about for the next couple days, because we've had quite a bit happen that have involved multiple people, and can't say everything until it all comes out. So it's always fun.
So let's see here. Lynn the Okie, Christine did not move to South Dakota. She did not.
Yeah, what's the situation there? What's going on there? She left you?
Well, she works for the Great Plains, the Great Plains area.
Yeah.
So, but her duty station is here. But every once in a while, you have to go out, to basically to the field,
Yeah.
Especially when you work in healthcare and stuff like that. So, and she's just taking care of some of the things that she's got to do. And she's going, he can't get rid of me. No, I'm not trying to get rid of you.
Anybody want to guess who's in the basement right now?
Mrs. Gillen Farms.
Let it be Christine.
Is that what you identify as? What do you identify as?
I know she does stuff like that sometimes.
No, it's not. It's Lone Cowboy.
Hey,
I just wanted to jump on real quick and say hi. And what's that?
How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing all right. Trucking up and down the road as usual. Hi Johnny, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, not too bad.
Good.
Not too bad. Nice cool weather. Supposed to warm back up again, I guess, huh?
From 1 to 100, how are your wrists doing?
Probably 90.
Oh, that's good.
Not bad. Got a pretty good scar. I don't know if you can see that. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
that wasn't from that was from the surgery, right?
Yeah, that was from the plate and screws. But I just want to jump on real quick because it's 9:45, and usually by 10 o'clock I'm looking at my eyelids. I'm going to be heading out on I have Friday off, and I'm taking a solo bike trip, and I'm meeting somebody down at Springfield, Missouri. Like a Bully Homestead's got a doctor's appointment on his leg, and he's the guy that had the bike crash right around the time I did, I guess. So, and I'm gonna meet him there, and then probably head down to Arkansas. So, I don't know where you're at, Jason. If you guys are still around or whatever, but I'm just gonna enjoy the scenery, and I'm solo riding and bringing my tent, and I'm either gonna set a tent up, or I'm going to sleep next to the bike on Friday night and, just kind of enjoy the riding because they got some good roads down there to ride. So
awesome.
Get some wind therapy,
Yeah.
Patty Price. Have I said hi to her?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I spoke right over. What did you say?
The roads down here are great for wind therapy. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ken, and I'll be probably jumping off here soon, Brian. I'll check those messages, and we'll get you some info. And
right,
it's not too far from us, so you need a place.
Right.
We talked before. Absolutely.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. So I saw you on here. Like I said, I just jumped on, and I thought, well, Brian's live. I'll go on Brian for a minute. I ain't been on there with Brian, so that's cool. It worked out good.
That was probably already 2 months ago, or
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I hope you can stay up one night and be my co-host again.
Yeah. It's hard to do when you get up she gets up at like 3. And then I get up at 5:30 in the morning, and I gotta suck down a couple cups of coffee, So, yeah. Anyway.
Well, I thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Were you saying you were going bye-bye?
I think Jason did. Yeah.
Okay. I almost thought. I don't know.
I think Jason did. Yeah.
No, Brian, obviously being campsite, all this stuff. I'll try to stay in. I'll jump over to be on chat. Maybe answer anything I can there, but sound, all this stuff. So,
he looks like he's in the back of a cop car.
What'd you do?
It's the truck. It was the only place that the cicadas couldn't make a whole bunch of noise, and I had good lighting.
Yeah.
Well, I really do look forward to having you on next week, and thank you for coming in and chatting with us for a while, even if it was a little scratchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Like I said, I'll drop down. I'll be in chat, so just watching from the phone. But Brian, thanks. We look forward to next week, and things will be a lot much gooder.
Not much gooder.
Gooder.
Yeah. Got a lot gooder. Yeah.
All right, guys. See ya.
Have a good one, Jason. Bye for now.
Hi, Jason.
Johnny, I was going to ask you. I went to Tulsa today, and I went across that Spring River on 44,
Yeah.
and it looked like it was full. So you guys must have been getting some rain down there last 4 or 5 days, huh?
Well, certain areas did. I heard that over that way. I'll give you an example. We got a quarter of an inch of rain where our cattle are, and I talked to Sean today, and they got 3 inches out of that rain.
Wow.
So, and they're a little bit farther over. So, yeah, some areas got it, and some areas didn't get quite as much. We're just thankful for what we did get. You know?
Oh yeah.
So there is. I'm trying to look here. Hat Creek Homestead. Hi. And Scott from Rambling with the Brums.
That moved. Well, hi to you, Hat Creek Homestead. But I was trying to get Rambling with the Brums.
Mm-hmm.
How you
And
doing?
we're gonna.
Scott.
And Scott has a live tomorrow called Procrastination Thursday. And have you ever been on that, Brian?
I think I might have. Yes, for a little while.
I think it's like it.
On what time? What day?
I think it's tomorrow. It's like at 11 our time. I think here in Central. I think it's around 11 o'clock. And but anyway, I get on there and talk with him and Jesse and them. And
Green River Homestead is in here.
Welcome.
Hey, we got somebody else in the chat or in the basement green room. Let's see who this is. You'll never guess who this is.
Oh.
What's up, y'all?
Howdy.
How you doing?
All right. How's it going?
How you chickens?
They doing all right. Still alive, still safe. No foxes have got them so far.
Look at that hat. Now that's a hat.
Well, I figured Cowboy had the black one. I'd go run and get the white one.
Makes me want to go get a different hat now.
It's about even now.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel? For some people that don't know who you are, tell them who you are.
So, my name's Brolin, and I run Thunderstick Homestead. We got chickens right now. I'm thinking about bringing on some rabbits in the future. Because we do gardening, and I specialize in teaching people how to garden and run a farm in a wheelchair or with some sort of disability.
Well, that's awesome.
Nice.
Hey, Backroad Freedom's in here.
Yeah. What did he say his channel name was, Brian?
It's Thunderstick Homestead.
Thunderstick Homestead. Okay.
But yeah.
I've watched your channel a couple of times at least.
Well, I appreciate it.
And Drew from Drew's Lens was the one who told me about you.
Okay.
Here it is.
But yeah, I just decided one day I was watching another YouTube and I said, I'm going to get chickens. And I went out the next day, went and got, 10 chickens, Tractor Supply, and started from there. And then about a year later, I said, well, I'm doing this. Might as well turn the camera on.
Yeah.
I didn't expect nobody to watch.
Yep.
Say that again. I didn't expect nobody to watch.
How many chickens you got?
Right now we got 23.
Wow.
The last count I had. Yeah.
And you haven't started the rabbits yet, but you want to.
Well, I have done rabbits years ago. I didn't do YouTube. However, I've always been kind of like a prepper. So even before, that virus popped off, I was already in that realm, and I knew rabbits was. I had friends that did rabbits, and they were like, they're healthy, they're easy to do, they stay in the cage all the time. So I gave it a shot. So we did that for about 2 years until I got burned out. However, I wish I still had them. So that's why I think we're gonna bring some back.
Peter North. I'm noticing a trend. Everybody on panel has a gray beard.
Not everybody.
Well, mine's getting there.
Thunderstick doesn't.
Yeah, I saw a couple grays the other day.
I'll wear it with
I told one of my coworkers today, I says, well, you got to come in tomorrow and he's got a gray beard like Johnny's, I said, you got to shave everything and just leave this right here. We'll walk in together.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna get rid of that right now.
Yeah.
There's my buddy, Bill, Alaska's Last Frontier.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. We still got 8 minutes. Hey, we still got 8 minutes. Maybe you should pop in, Bill. Tell us about. I would love to hear some. I haven't watched any videos yet about your meetup. Oh, Thunderstick, where did you go?
He popped off. Must
He'll
hit the
come
button.
back.
I think Thunderstick.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Snagged several subs.
Yeah.
If I did do it, you come back. Come back because it wasn't. You're not supposed to have left.
Yeah. But anyway, Brian, I just wanted to jump on. I got to go take care of some stuff and then crawl in the sheets and try to get some sleep. I ran 626 miles yesterday and 588 today, and I got to do another 580 tomorrow. So we'll see.
Wow.
We'll see what happens. So y'all stay out of trouble, okay? Good to see you, Johnny.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Ken.
Keep the fences up, the cows in.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
All righty. Well,
Cool.
thanks a lot for coming.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later, Brian. Good to
Always
see
nice
you.
to see you. You know that.
All right.
Oh, bye now. There's Thunderstick. What'd you do? Did I do it or did you do it?
Pretty sure I did that one.
Okay, good. As long as I'm stupid.
No, I'm pretty sure I did it. Messing around with this StreamYard. I never done it before.
You've never
I'm
done
on the
StreamYard before?
No, never done it. Never needed to.
Well, you're doing
And,
pretty good for never have done it before.
Well, I
Never.
figured. I
Cool.
figured if I could.
Jason's got me
videos.
talking like a redneck.
Uh-oh. I figured if I could edit videos,
I never done it
I'd
before.
figure this out.
Well, everybody, smash that like button for Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
What he said, do it, do it.
Yeah, smash it. Brian's a good guy. We got to know each other quite a bit there the other evening. We talked for several hours, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
That was awesome. And
Then he came up on our live on Saturday night, and that was a lot of fun. And it just,
I kind of mostly sat there and listened and laughed because
it was
everybody was talking. What did you have? Like 7 or 8, 9 people on it?
10 people at a
10
time.
people? There was no way anybody could say more than a sentence at a time.
We had 10 people. On. It was
and
fun.
Dale.
I bet that was fun.
It was a blast. But
Nice to see you
I
in
think we
here.
went for more than 3 hours that night.
Wow. I couldn't even imagine.
And we may do it again this Saturday night. So
Well,
we're
that's
gonna
cool.
call it Saturday Night Live.
I need
There
to
you
do some,
go.
I need to do some pop-up lives. I need to just like make myself do it. When a couple of the people I asked said they couldn't do it, which is fine. I'm not saying anything about that. I really I've been thinking about a long time doing a live by myself, and I don't. With the chat and being dyslexic, I haven't said anything about that in a long time, but I am dyslexic, and I'd just be sitting there trying to decipher what everybody was saying, and you'd watch me looking at the bottom of the corner the whole time. So
I don't blame you. I've been nervous too, going solo.
Well, there's two ways to look at it. I knew I wasn't going to do it by myself with the chat. And if I was going to do a live, I might as well have somebody that I'm promoting
Right?
on with me. Right, Sherman?
I was going to ask Josh Sherman, has that drone flown yet?
Better than one on cable TV. What is? Oh, he must be talking to somebody else.
Oh, he's talking about Saturday Night Live. It's better than the one on cable TV.
Anything's better than that.
I was just saying
The
that.
only time Saturday Night Live was any good was in the late 70s.
Yeah, it was
when Rosanna Dana, what was it again?
Chevy Chase,
Rosanna Dana.
It was good, man. But
there's one skit that stands out over all the skits ever in the time I've ever watched Saturday Night Live, and that's with Rosanna Dana when she was playing a skit of a child that was afraid of the dark, and every time her parents came in, the monsters would disappear, and then the parents would leave, and all the axe murderers and all
Lord.
come out from under her bed. She goes, and the parents said, "Come on, there's nothing under your bed." And so it was like calling wolf is what the parents were going through. And one last time, and she goes, "Never mind." The axe murderers sitting over top of her.
I had to go out. I had to go look for that episode. Rosanna Dana.
That was before my time.
Before your time?
Yeah, I was born in 90.
90?
Yeah.
You're just a baby then.
Right?
What was I watching? Oh, something came up about Full House, and I was like, that was done in the early 90s? Holy cow, I didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying something. They were putting something in a museum, and I was like, I had one of those. But yeah, just time keeps marching on.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy was funny, Mike.
Oh, okay. I almost wasn't paying attention. We have 1 minute left to close it out.
All right.
All right.
No, you stay there. Just stay there. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming in. It was fun. I look forward to this every week. It's Paco, not so much. Lousy co-host.
Nah, this was fun.
So thank you everybody in the chat for coming in. Thank you for the people that came in on the panel. Johnny, Thunderstick, and Jason. Excuse me, John or Thunderstick. Tell me your name again. Brown.
Bowen. Like bow and arrow.
Bowen.
Yes.
Bowen.
Yeah,
Bowen.
Awesome.
But yeah, like bow and arrow.
Byron. Is Byron in here? He pops in at the last. Don't run away.
Wait. One of them closers.
Yeah. Byron, nice to see you at any rate. Thanks for popping in. Hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button as you're leaving. Tree Haven. I had a good conversation with Tree Haven the other day too.
Well, y'all have a good one, y'all.
You have a good one
Good
too.
night, Bowen.
Thanks for popping
night.
in.
See y'all around.
Your channel is Thunderstick Homestead.
Correct.
Yep.
I should have had somebody put that up in the Thunderstick Homestead. People, go and check his channel out. It's interesting. He explains a lot about the chickens and like you said, with handicapped people that want to do stuff like that. He teaches them. And is that what you said? You teach them?
Correct.
That's
Well, I
awesome.
just show them, what I do, and if you want to implement it, that's cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for popping in, and you can pop in anytime I have an open mic.
Thank you. I'll
You're
see y'all around.
Have a good night. Good night, everybody. See you
Night,
next week,
everyone.
Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central.